Alright, I am back. Take a look at my inventory here. I have... I don't want to lose my attacks per second. That's a little bit of a problem for me. It's the same thing here. That's a tough call to make. $80 to... Keep what I've got. Wow. This should be good. Oh, but no dexterity. That's a shame, I need dexterity.
New goods today. Please look.
Remove. thought I made a flawless emerald. What the hell? Alright, let's get a move on here. Really did not care for the whole desert scene, but this nighttime part is pretty nice. Oh, I don't like the field I'm going to, though. It's so bleh. Yeah. This place kind of sucks.
My archives lie beneath this desert. Perhaps even beneath the sands we now tread upon. The Horadrim could not destroy them. They could only lock the door behind them. I still have the keys.
Yes, I know my DualShock's battery level is getting low. I want it that way. I have a nice little charger, about the Power A charger.
We, the Zakarum, have endeavored to make Chaldean a city of mercy and salvation, but we have not yet been able to convince the emperors to change the ancient policy of exile. Prisoners convicted of treason are still sent to the desolate sands to die, with nothing but the clothes on their backs. I'm still waiting.
There are knife and tooth marks in every bone. None of these animals died naturally.
Brass wrote that this land...
My mother told me not to join the Major's army. I should have listened. In the morning they're sending the infantry against the Vigerai. I don't know how we're supposed to survive. Maybe we're not. It's so beautiful here. Maybe if I hid in the trees, they wouldn't notice I was gone.
What's the point of having those little bugs swarms? They're so annoying.
Stronger within you.
I'll have to check out these runes I unlocked momentarily. Ugh, not more shit to listen to.
In thousands of years of records, I cannot find a single account of a prisoner surviving exile to the desolate sands. The wastes are littered with bones that have been picked dry by the endlessly circling bloodhawks or desperate Lakuni. Those who die there meet their end without the sanctity of the light.
Alright, let's check this stuff out. Oh, I didn't sell everything. The hell am I thinking? What do we got here? Launch homing rockets. I don't know, that one's pretty badass. I don't know if I want to abandon it. Not now. Alright.
My pack is full. I am returning to
Shit.
town.
I can't believe what people throw away. I want to buy some of it.
No. Can't do it. Hmm. No dexterity. But a lot of armor. I don't know.
Ah, good.
Playing through this part of the game, it's such a bummer just because it's so lifeless. I mean, I know that's kind of the point, but... That was completely unnecessary, but it was pretty badass.
I can feel my blood nearby. They hid some of it.
It's hard to believe the Herodrum came to a place like this.
By the way, I am keeping an eye on my chat in Twitch, so... while things are quiet right here, one thing I'd like to direct you to is at DoddScientifics.com. Go to the editorial section. No, I'm sorry. Go to Labs and then Interview, and you'll see an interview that one of our writers, Gabriel, a writer for PlayStation Magazine Italy, interviewed Nomad, a pro gamer who is accomplished quite a lot for not being able to have the use of his hands. This pro gamer is now a game developer. If you've ever played a game and you've taken a look at the control options in the menus and you see the Nomad control scheme, we'll go ahead and read that interview that our wonderful writer Gabe has made. Very enlightening. It's interesting. It's personable and personal. Excellent interview all around. Just go check that article out.
Our opponents may be strong, but I will not stand down.
Well, that was fast. All right.
We have done it. I admire your focus, friend.
What do you mean?
We have battled countless creatures and journeyed through endless labyrinths, and yet you still remain vigilant. A true hero.
Your fear betrays you!
Oh, quite a few bonuses there. I'll get that in a minute. Check out these other spots first. loot drops have really been getting kind of crazy. Love it.
Not ready yet.
Bleed, you filth!
I am playing this on normal, by the way. Figured I'd start from the ground up and just keep leveling my way up through the game.
Need more time.
It's the best way to farm without actually feeling like you're farming.
That was just a taste!
There is one pretty awesome thing about today's, or this morning's, Nintendo Direct. They finally gave a release date for Bayonetta 2. They tend to give their release dates a lot later than everyone else, which I don't really consider a bad thing, but I've been dying to find out if that game is actually going to come out in October or not. And apparently it is, so I'm pretty stoked about that. I never got around to playing the first game much. Ended up picking it up on the PS3 and heard all the performance issues with it, and I was like, eh. Then I heard they were doing Bayonetta 2. Heard there was a lot of buzz about trying to get the first Bayonetta onto the Wii U. To sort of catch Nintendo diehards up with the series. So like, okay, so maybe ahead of time what you can do is you can sell the game digitally, the first game, through like the Nintendo shop or whatever, and what they've actually decided to do is include the first Bayonetta on a disc with Bayonetta 2. That's class.
Finally, I have unlocked the secret.
We found Cool's archives. They were strangely empty at first, but Cool laid traps everywhere, each step harder than the next. It was foolish to expect otherwise. Cool has prepared for many years for someone to come for him. Perhaps we are fools, and yet we must push on.
I won't go all the way over there yet. Hate these little swarms of birds and bugs. I am feeling very empowered right now as the Demon Hunter. Like, I used to keep my distance away from everything, now I don't really feel like I have to kite all cool. That'll change, I'm sure.
Wizard Karun's scholar Brast wrote that the Desolate Sands were created after a mage clan battle sent out explosive energies that devastated the entire area. But he doesn't account for the enormous skeletons. No one has ever identified them. Were they a lost trace of giant beasts? Demons? Mythical dragons? We may never know.
What else did your Brast say about the battle that corrupted this land?
Not much. There were no survivors in the battle that day, or at least none that ever left this land. Local legend says that the magic twisted them, making them cannibals and worse, and that they sleep beneath the sands, waiting for night.
I've been having some conversations lately with a couple of people. And I'm really concerned about the long foretold bubble in the video game industry. Eventually it was going to pop, the gaming industry would sort of crash.
Always wanted to fight some of these.
I haven't really put a lot of stock into that kind of thinking before. Things are changing, not for consumer friendliness, but things had always sort of evolved in order to be more business friendly as opposed to consumer friendly. But things are definitely getting into a very scary spot if you're a fan of gaming. I've been accumulating a lot of stuff. Let me take a look at my inventory here. Ooh, what is this? No dexterity, though. That is a shame. I like having dexterity on everything I can. Correct me if I'm wrong, I am monitoring the chat, but that is my primary spec, I think, for the Demon Hunter. At this point, if it's not yellow or gold, I don't even want to look at it. No dexterity on that either.
I need to go back.
I think I'll go back and sell some things. Probably going to regret selling a few of the things I'm about to sell, but
No goods today.
loot
Please,
drops
sir.
have been
You
kind
won't
enough
be
in this game
disappointed.
that I really don't even think I'm going to regret it. I'll find other stuff. Ugh, it pains me, but I want dexterity on everything. It's my life's blood. This also has a slower attack speed per second, even though it has more overall damage. I will find better. It's not like I'm really aching for it right now either. Doing pretty well out there on the field and against bosses, and had a couple of invasions, and I've done pretty well against that too. Alright, let's go back. As I was saying, though, the general idea, I know it sounds like doom and gloom and all just naysay bullshit, but basically when you're thinking about money and how it sort of works in the industry, we the consumers are the pie. Okay? Within this pie is all the money that we have. It's not getting any bigger. For many of us, the pie is getting smaller and smaller all the time because of everything. Because everybody wants more and more money from us. You see it in the entertainment industry in general, just because, you know, you used to have so many, like in the music industry, for example, you had so many record labels. Well, now everybody's going off and making their own record labels, and, you know, the amount of money that everybody's getting, partially due to this, you know, it makes how much of the pie that is potentially going to be received smaller and smaller all the time. Piracy is another thing, but that is part of it, because you're fractioning off how many different places that pie is going to be divvied up against. No, get over here. Alright. That's useless for me now. TV and movies. You have all these digital services. I mean, just think about how much... If I wanted to cut the cord on television, cable, think about what that entails. I'd be saving money doing this, that, whatever. Oh. I'll have to go in there.
Darkness awaits you!
Not ready yet.
Dude, you need to die already. Thank you. You know, just if I cut the cord on cable television, I'd still have to get a host of services to watch most of everything. I'd have to get Hulu, Netflix, there's Amazon Prime. And I'm sure there's other stuff. And the video game industry is kind of heading the same way. I mean, television is getting to a point where it's less and less relevant. As a result of all this digital streaming. And their choices are to do what? The customers, the faithful customers that are with them, you know, increase their prices all the time because everybody else is deciding it's too expensive for me to stay. Video games sort of the same way, you know, not only are you going to have the entry level, you know, just because it's the most expensive, we'll say the Xbox One. $500 entry fee, unless you get the Connectless Xbox, then it's still $400. Okay, so $400. Then you have to have your membership to Xbox Live or PS Plus. There's another $60, and this is all American. This does not include what the rest of the world pays, which is just insane in comparison. I sure showed them rocks, didn't I?
Sweet revenge.
So then you got your $400 console, $60 on your multiplayer access. Then you gotta spend $60 for one game. More if you want more than one game. Depending on your console, you might want to get something like a play and charge kit for your controller for the Xbox, or just a second controller to have on hand for the PS4, since its battery life sucks. Like, a lot. And if you want to stream like me, there's another $60 for your PS4 camera, or if you do go for the connectless Xbox One and later on decide you're going to want to have the camera, I think they finally said what the price is going to be when the camera launches by itself, retail, $150. So it's a lot of money to spend. Then of course you gotta buy your games as time goes on. Now, they're going to want to entice you, each company on their own, with their own little special service. EA Access, Ubisoft is talking about doing their own thing. You know Activision's going to want to follow suit. Sony's been trying to get in some sort of kind of business plan with PS Now, which I don't really think it's going to do all that well for them, unfortunately. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. Their prices haven't really been all that good. And they are having, from what I understand, hard time getting support. And I imagine it's only going to get worse over time, since everybody wants to kind of be in their own digital service game, thanks to EA Access being a thing. But the common theme here, again, is that there's this much money, and when you start breaking up the pie into smaller and smaller pieces to go around, I mean, one of the things that have been going on since, well, for a long time now, is that certain developers out there, kind of like Cliff B, for example, have been very vocal that, you know, games are so expensive to make. They literally make or break companies each game because they cost so much money to make. AAA titles are expensive as hell to produce, so what happens when these companies are going to see less and less of our money because there's so many different ways that the money is going to end up being split? Eventually the whole the bubble's going to burst. The gaming industry is going to end up crashing, which kind of sucks. I don't like to think about it, and it's not something that I've really discussed much in the past, just because I didn't believe at the time, based on what I was seeing, how things were going to shake down. Now it's a very, very real possibility.
A worthy opponent.
A worthy opponent. No. Oh. Nah, I want double slots now. I can't go back. As you see here, I'm not a dual wielder. I like to use a quiver. So I'm not somebody who normally prophesizes doom and gloom. I've stayed far away from that conversation, because it is usually just BS, but the warning signs are all there. They really are.
I need more time.
But what we will probably see, I don't think it's going to crash soon. I still think it's a ways off. I don't think it's going to crash with this generation of gaming. I think what we're going to end up seeing before they give up entirely is, for example, I think the next generation of gaming consoles... Oh, sweet. I think the next generation of gaming consoles is likely to be the very machine that we fought against back in 2013. It's going to be DRM-based machines. They might even be diskless-based machines. Oh, is that dude moving about? He is.
These enemies defy all reason.
Because at that point, they're gonna be able to see more money if they just completely carve out the likes of GameStop. Because that's the big problem right now, is that people aren't willing to go away from disc-based models. I mean, sure, there's a lot of people who are, but not enough for them to justify ditching it entirely right now. Way too much of a backlash, as we saw last year with the Xbox One, when it was revealed. But when you've got everybody going digital for programs like EA Access, they're going to get so used to acquiring most of their content digitally that they're going to be like, it's cool, it's fine, it's convenient. Got this whole middle area to explore here. And, you know, and there's the complacency that they want everybody to have. So they'll say, hey, our next console is going to be a digital base. I mean, it's what you guys said you wanted based on sales. You like these programs like EA Access, and so we're going to give you what you want.
This portal has made many rich, but it killed my brother Garrett when he used it. I'm too frightened to risk my life trying again. Use it if you dare.
We have found the key to the ancient device, but I fear that these treasures will cost us our lives. At least my brother and I have made it this far, and we are still alive. Dare we use this machine?
Well, I guess that didn't work out so well. There's not like another switch for me here, is there? No? What a load of shit.
I've become stronger.
Nice. And treasure chests are always good. Just a reminder, I am also monitoring my Twitch chat. If you want to participate in anything that I'm saying, say you agree, disagree, I'll bounce back and forth with you right here.
Some of my blood is within that cave. I can feel it.
We are well on our way.
I believe with this soul stone, I will finally be able to unlock the true power of man. In ancient times, our kind possessed power unmatched in this dreary age. With the soul stone, I will be able to elevate myself to the strength of my ancestors.
Feel my wrath!
Alright, I want to see if there's anything super worthwhile equipping right this second. That works. Nah. Let's take a look at, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to have some new runes unlocked or something here. I'm waiting for some runes to unlock on this Rain of Vengeance thing. It is so sweet! And it really is mostly a surprise to me right now at this point, because when I first played this game a long time ago, I was a barbarian. That's my normal playstyle. Something tells me this is probably just a little dead-end cave up here. I should just go take a look in here. See if there's anything worth pilfering. A little earlier this evening I went into conversation about this new 3DS and why Nintendo's bringing it to the table. One thing I didn't really get into just because it seems rather obvious at this point, but I kind of feel like mentioning it now.
Is this your first time in Kyrgyzstan?
What kind of a fucking name is New 3DS? There's going to be 2 iterations of it. New 3DS and the New 3DS LL, which will be slightly larger. It's like the Wii U debacle all over again. Except the Wii U really was...
I'm still waiting.
like another generation of games. For Nintendo, at least, anyway. But, this 3DS, the new 3DS, not so much. I mean, it's still going to be the 3DS. It's going to be a bit more powerful. And if it really is supposed to be its own thing, and it's going to stick around for at least a few years, then they really should have called it something else. Like, I don't know what else to say. So damn lazy on Nintendo's part. And I get they're trying to capitalize on the name of something that ended up being a decent seller. Just like, you know, the Wii was a good seller for them, so hey, Wii U. 3DS is a good seller, new 3DS. Like, they could have called it like the 3DS Turbo, or the Super 3DS, or something like that, just to alleviate a little bit of that confusion. No, new 3DS.
Sweet revenge!
Oh good, it's gonna bring me all around. Oh no you don't. Back in the ground you go. You know, earlier I mentioned I might switch over to Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare this evening. Kind of reminds me of a game that I haven't been playing in a little while, Titanfall. I haven't had my Xbox One all that long. I just got it in June. But I really don't have that much more desire to play it. You know what I will be playing a lot? Come November 11th? The Halo multiplayer. Once the Master Chief Collection comes out. I sold off my 360 in 2013. And there's not much that I miss about it, but multiplayer Halo is one of them. For them to be able to allow me to play Halo 3's multiplayer again. Oh, how sweet it is.
What further trials await? There, a worthy foe!
Oh, I didn't even drop anything, like... Nothing even yellow. It's all blue shit. One thing I do want to get my hands on the PS4 is the
Fear betrays you.
new standalone campaign for Infamous called First Light, starring Fetch and the couple few characters we met along the way in Second Son. I was a little outspoken about this when I first heard about it because one of my... I got Infamous Second Son on day one. I played through it. I ended up getting like 90 some odd percent as the hero as opposed to a villain, and cool game. One of my primary complaints is that we never got to get much of a feel for these cool new characters that we were being introduced to. They were there, and then they just sort of weren't. No connection to them whatsoever. And it was especially odd considering that the characters back in Infamous 2, for example, like, they were really well fleshed out and connected with the main character in the game. Like, you got to know them a bit. Know their story and understand their struggles. Not so much in Second Son. So when they said, oh, we're gonna have Fetch with her own little campaign as somewhat sort of DLC, said, oh, that's why she wasn't fleshed out in the game. But I still want to play it, but I am a little bit on the fence, even for $15. That's because I heard there's not a lot of variety in the missions, that it's mostly like fetch quests. I don't know if it's true or not, and I still want to play it.
Do you want more?
I might end up waiting until there's a discount on it, just because I'm going to have my hands full with Diablo. I still have like half of The Last of Us to play through on my PS4. I did beat it back in 2013 on the PS3. So it's not like a priority. And Destiny's coming out in like a week and a half-ish.
Not ready yet. I'm overburdened.
I'm overburdened. Oh, that plus 11 movement speed. I'm gonna take it though.
I am
Oh
returning
yeah.
to town.
Durr. In case what you're wondering what this is I'm plugged into the wall here with my wireless gold headset. The battery life on these things aren't much better than the actual controllers themselves. Although I gotta say, when I started playing this almost 2 hours ago, it was already getting the indicator that my battery was low.
Hey,
Hasn't died on
I got
me
some
yet.
new things. You should take a look.
But that might be because it doesn't know what the life expectancy of this particular controller is. It's a brand new controller. I haven't had to recharge it a lot yet. I think I've only had to recharge it once. I've only had it for like a few days.
A good choice.
I'll wait. Not overburdened anymore. So yeah, first light should be fun, but I'm gonna be buried in games for a while here. I have a feeling I'm going to put a lot of time into Destiny. I'm kind of glad that the next game I'm going to probably end up buying, now that everything's going to move back to November, Bayonetta 2 in late October. Gives me a chance to catch up a bit, hopefully.
Soulstone will be my greatest work, my legacy, and my gift to humanity. There will be wars to come between man and the creatures. My archives are at the northern tip of the desolate sands. There we will find my body and the Black Soulstone.
Liar! We both know you will betray us the first chance you get.
I am many things, Templar, but I am no liar. With all the secrets I have learned over the centuries, the truth is far more entertaining. For example, would you like to hear of the true origin of your order?
There is nothing you have to say that would interest me.
That bad character's a vile dude, I love it. This is his voice. I could listen to it for hours on end. You gotta read the phone book if you wanted to. Alright. Well, let's get up there, I suppose. I want to get to a spot where it's going to save, and then I'll probably call it a night.
I do not like this place. I am afraid of no demon or spectre, you know this. All the same, Brast warned against sleeping here or drinking the water. I believe that a poison remains here from that ancient battle. I am inclined to listen to his wisdom.
And away we go.
Here is the entrance to my archives. Let me activate the portal. I had to build all of this for my research and my experiments. The Black Soul Stone was a complicated creation. I sacrificed much to make it.
Yeah, visual design here in this guy's archives it's pretty badass.
I don't like the look of this place.
The level design really is quite creative most of the time throughout this game. At least where it counts. Anyway, I think I'm at a spot where I'm all saved. So that's it for me. Let me just get out of here. Alright, well, that is it for me. Thanks for watching again. Whoever you are, I only see one person on there. Not that I expect a lot of people to tune in. Don't get me wrong. But I will see you again soon.